Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to our next fight, I would like you all on this Veterans Day weekend to please make some noise for U.S. Air Force's Staff Sergeant Eamon O'Connell. Honored to introduce this fight with you by my side. This next fight is an amateur featherweight amateur featherweight fight sponsored by Pear Tree, scheduled for three rounds, 3 minutes apiece. Introducing to you first, in the red corner, holding an amateur mixed martial arts record of 0-4. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in at 138 pounds. From Leominster, Massachusetts, he's representing TNT. Let's hear it for Tony Ninja Star Rivera. And now introducing his opponent, standing across from him in the blue corner, holding an amateur mixed martial arts record of 0-2. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he weighed in at 144 pounds. From Dedham, Massachusetts, he's representing South Shore Sport Fighting. Let's hear it for Jack High Noone. And when the action begins, our referee in charge is Alan Lau.
All right, we got Jack High Noone in the black shorts with the Pirate Jolly Roger. And we got Tony Rivera in the Cage Titans white. Very stylish, the white point time.
And here we go. They do not touch him up.
Do not touch gloves.
Trying for the big body kick early in the white trunks is Rivera. Black trunks for Noone.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Good entry right away, right on the high single. He's got to watch out now.
Somebody's always got to go. One of these men going to emerge victorious for the first time in mixed martial arts competition.
Never heard it quite that way, but sure.
Somebody's always got to go?
Yeah, in this regard, yes. Oh, he's going for the guillotine there. Tony's trying to lock that up. He's too cross-body, but it was a valiant attempt.
Hey, tell that to Billy Goff, who
that's true.
Was choked unconscious by Dion Rubio in this very similar position.
If Rivera holds on to this too long, you could see a Von Flue. Sorry to interrupt, Andy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't think it's as deep. It was for a second, but now it is not. Yes, the Von Flue was very much there.
See how his head's off the ground, though?
Yeah.
If Jack puts his shoulder pressure down, that's when that Von Flue will come into play here.
Yeah, got to get the hands clasped, and you got to start stacking to that right side and kind of like roll over.
It would have been a lot more beneficial if he kept his head toward the cage as well. So that
good frames here from Noone, trying to just get his head out of there, really. You know, it seems like Tony's trying to squeeze him here. He's panicking a little bit, which is getting him a bad position.
Noone trying to step over to the back. Now gets in the mount.
That'll do it. That's one way to go.
With an aggressive pass from Noone here. He's also giving that hip pressure in. I'd like to see him hip in a little bit more.
There.
He's catching, like, close to catching an ear. That's a weird spot right there. That, like, right behind the ear, not quite the back. Yeah.
Don't want to give up a good position because you hit the wrong spot. Tony tucking his head pretty well. He's got to get it on that hip and start to push. Jack doing a good job flexing his hips out, keeping them down.
Yeah, he's getting those grapevines going to extend Rivera's legs on bottom. Getting him to just lay flat.
Little tiny shots. Jack could do well to just even posture up here and climb up to Tony's chest. See how his hips are on top of Tony's? As soon as he gets that a little bit more forward, a little more north towards the chest, he can't get bucked off like that. Exactly. See how he climbs just like this? Yeah. Once you get to that high mount, your hips aren't connected. He can't buck you off anymore. He can try to explode, but it's really not going to work. Jack's got 45 seconds to work with.
I will say I'm always a fan of making the fight as ugly and just like uncomfortable for the other guy as possible.
Preaching to the choir.
And High Noone here is just making Tony's face smothered into his own chest here. But he's got a guillotine of his own here in the mouth.
Mounted guillotine. That was a sneaky.
That's
That's tight.
Jack,
there's the tap.
He got the tap.
That was a good tap.
Jack High Noone with his first dub in the Cage Titans cage.
What a submission in the first round. Methodically get in that position. Big ground and pound caused Tony Rivera to make the motion to defend the strikes right into that mounted guillotine. Beautifully done, executing that finishing move from Jack High Noone. Great job sneaking that in there. And here comes the replay.
Great job.
Up on the screen.
I hope they showed the takedown. I hope the takedown came a little before, but this guillotine was very
Snuck
tight.
that right in there. As soon as he ended it, hipped up, climbed up, got his hips in, and that's the game ready. Once he got his hands clasped, that was really it. Beautiful submission. Really took advantage of that space between he and his opponent there.
Now let's talk about the clearest path to victory, and that's what Jack Noone took. He knew that Rivera's ground game is usually where he kind of falls short in his fights. Jack Noone, like we were talking about, has great jiu-jitsu, so he knew a quick shot right into that single leg was the way to go. It was a perfect execution.
And then he felt like kind of in a chaotic little situation. Good frames as he stood up, and they kind of fell into mount, and he kept his composure, didn't let him get bucked off, kept his hips low, and ended up getting the finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for these two. Referee Alan Lau has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 37 seconds of round number 1, giving you your winner by submission due to a guillotine choke, Jack Noone.